BTC 19,768.
Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga. Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga. Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga. Gauranga, Gauranga, Jastananda, Gauranga. Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga. Nityananda, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga. Nityananda, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Hey, welcome everybody. Hey there, Govinda. Hare Krishna, my friend. All right, let's take shelter of the holy name. Let's put the umbrella up. Are you ready? It's actually raining here. It's time to put the umbrella up now. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Is anybody out there having a hard time with Maya? No? Yeah. 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 Is your mind attacking you? Anybody? If not, come here, man. Be with some happy people that are have the umbrella. Look at some happy face. Don't look at sad faces, my friends. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Come take shelter of our ever fresh Lord. Ever fresh, ever happy, ever blissful Lord. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaura. Woo! Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. It does help if you're not too attached to anything, you know. If you're too attached to money, I say too. You see, you can have a little attachment, but not too. If too attached to a man or a woman or money or something material, and then there's problems. And you'll feel Krishna when he's taking it away. It kind of hurts a little bit. It's like a stubborn wisdom tooth that needs to be pulled out, you know. Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Shri Advaita 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 Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda. Oh, my Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh, my Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya. My Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Shri Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Ah, ah. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. All right. Continuing on. Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, seventh chapter. Let's see, second verse maybe. Second verse maybe, something like that. Okay, is it here? Here it is. Uh, Let me offer glorification to the Supreme Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One who has taken shelter of his lotus feet is the most glorified person. Uh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, this is just really awesome. I mean, you know how hard it is to be somebody important in the world. It's so hard. You know why? Because Maya is always she's lying to you, cheating you, cheating everybody. Oh, this person is really important because he's got a lot of money. We become really stupid like this. We start to think that, oh, this guy's really important. He's Trump because he has a lot of money and he's a politician. He's also, everybody knows, he's got a big false ego too. I mean, you know. He actually thinks he's important because of, this ego. It's like a false ego. It's false identification. He thinks because he has money, is good at business. He's always talking about. And by the way, I'm not criticizing. I'm just getting some service out of the guy. That's all. Using him for service. Otherwise, what's his? There's no hope for him. If he can be used in Krishna's service, this is fantastic. That's how I see things. If I use these gurus, abuse them and all that, it's all for the service of Krishna. It's all for their welfare. Now think about that. Figure that out. This is why it says, Madhya Lila, chapter 23. Not even the greatest scholars can understand the mind of a person in whom prema has awakened. They think differently than anyone. Everybody's selfish. Even these gurus are selfish, self centered, selfish. Nobody knows what compassion is. Compassion is sometimes taking the hammer of truth and just smacking people around with it. That's compassion, man. Yeah. Yeah, so Trump, yeah. So we'll take your ego there, false ego. See, highest truth is reality distinguished from that. So people think, oh, let's glorify this person because he has a lot of money or he has a high standing in some organization. See? But nobody knows what is the high standing in the eye of God, the eyes of the Lord. What is that? Well, that's bhakti, man. That's what everything we teach here, everything we demonstrate here. See, most glorified person. This is, come on. We all want to be glorious. Come on, be honest. We all want to be glorious. Don't give me this. That's why these guys are gurus, because they want to be glorious. Come on, be honest. Come on, cop to it. And they say, "Gore, you see, you're full of it because you. What about you? You want to be glorious." Well, do I? Let's see. I want to be glorious. No, it's not. Yeah, it's not that it's not that I want to be glorious. I'm just saying, for human beings, want to be glorious. Usually, normally, okay. I want to glorify. I found that as a secret, man. I want to glorify the Lord because He's the one that's amazing. And also you gotta, this, you gotta teach the path. And then when I teach, oh, you need a bona fide spiritual master, and then these are the qualities. And then I remember my ex-wife would do this. Thank you for your service, by the way, Premanidi. Thank you for your service. I would glorify what is a real guru and everything. And when she was just left me for Narayan Raj, right? So she says, "Yes, see, Gohar, you're talking about yourself." And I thought, I'm just glorifying what are the qualities of guru. And she says, "Aha, I caught you. You're glorifying yourself." I can't help it if the shoe fits. I'm still going to preach about what are the qualities of a real guru. And if you say, "Aha, he's talking about himself," and you think that's a bad thing, no, it's not. I would read Prabhupada's books about what is a pure devotee, right? In Bhagavad Gita, he's always talking pure devotees like this and like this. And Bhakti Vinod, same thing, pure devotees like this and like this. And I would also say, hey, talking about, yeah, that's you. But I think it's a different attitude. The other one is like, yeah, that's a fault, man. You see, you're talking about yourself, and you're not, pure devotees. We all know pure devotees don't know they're pure devotees, and all this, and you should know this information. Yeah. See, so everything's a bit twisted in this world. So we untwist everything. Yeah, yeah. Somebody's got to untwist something. Everything's twisted. You got to untwist it. This is how we do it, like this. Yeah, so see, the most glorified person. Why? See, Trump is most glorified in Maya. Not most. He's got his also. He polarizes. You got the right and the left. That's all part of Maya too. Even people in the world, they say, "Oh yeah, the demons they use that." Get the right and the left and have them fight. The good guy is Trump, and the bad guy is Biden. And then in the eyes of some people, think Biden is the good guy, and then Trump is the bad guy. They got Maya's always, doing this crapola. And so you're glorifying either a Biden. Thank you, Biden, for your service, by the way. Because look at him, he's giving free money out and forgiving this and forgiving that. So therefore, he's good, as he says. Actually, I'm going to raise your tax. Actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to crack the whip. He should be glorified by that. Yeah. No. So why are the devotees? See, people need to know logically why a person is most glorified who takes shelter of Lord Caitanya. Most glorified person. Yeah. Well, one thing is that person is happy. That person is out of illusion. That person is protected by God. Yeah. That person is free from the cycle of birth and death. That person can free you if you just give a little respect to their preaching. And we don't want, like here, I don't want any respect. Oh, again, he's talking about himself. Well, I can't help it if the shoe fits. I don't want any, blind respect. Like just blindly believing. No, 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 no. You come here and see if this preaching is respectable. You see, if I convince you why the devotees of Lord Chaitanya are the most glorified person, just logically, I'm going to teach people that God is not a superstitious person like everybody says. Unless you believe that Jesus died for your sins and he was raised from the dead, you are not getting saved. And an intelligent person might be thinking, I got to believe that God kills his son? How can I believe in such a So those kind of people, superstition ones, it can work. So somewhat. But here we're here to teach that God is very logical. He's very clear. He's very intelligent. And these verses mean something. These verses are true. See? So here you got some ideas why their person is most glorified. By the demigods say, oh wow, this person is learned the secret of what Maya has been keeping from the world, from the world of an illusion. So they glorify that person. Wow, you found the secret. And if you're a preacher, you share that secret with others. And then their disciples glory. You know, look at all the glorification that this fool Goharigas gets. So if you're in Maya and you want glory and you're thinking and you're just a peon and your gurus have peed on you, the sannyasis have peed on, oh, you're Brahmins, oh, you're just a low, unintelligent person. Oh, look at you. No high standing. You'll never amount to anything. Haven't you had your parents tell you that? Oh, not everybody, but sometimes, you know. Oh, you're just so See, so you want some glory? Well, come the right way and get the glory, man. Become a devotee of the devotees of Lord Caitanya. Let them prove that they are the most intelligent persons because of that Lord that they worship. Jesus' intelligence is attributed to the Lord he worshiped, man. He always said, of myself, I can't do anything. All devotees say that. If you're not saying that, you don't know how this works. All you know is how it doesn't work. It doesn't work having a person as a savior in this world, which is a guru, is supposed to be your savior. If you go, oh, Gurudev, give me mercy. Oh, mercy. Please give me mercy. Oh, Gurudev. Okay? But if they're not really a Gurudev and they're not, they're not empowered by the transcendental potency of the Lord to lift you out of illusion by their word. See? From them, their word, it dispels my illusions. That's one of them right there. Don't worship a person who hasn't transcended illusion. If you do, you're still caught in the modes of nature. The Bhagavatam doesn't. The Chaitanya Charitamrita doesn't. I give this is what Chaitanya Charitamrita says, chapter 12, Adi Lila. I give my respects to the real followers of Lord Chaitanya. See, those followers continually get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. See? They get the right intelligence, the right understanding, and real ecstasy. What else do you need? Therefore, you become a glorified person when that happens. And first, you're glorified by your disciples, or even if you're a follower of a real guru, you become glorified. Even people say, wow, this person's really got the mercy of Guru and Krishna. They have ecstatic devotion. See, that's getting it in the right way. And both such disciples like that and the gurus never thinking, they don't get their juice from being glorified. They get their juice from glorifying. Like Lord Chaitanya, even him, even God himself, he got his happiness from glorifying his devotees. Sincerely glorifying their real transcendental attributes. Yeah. And when he chastised somebody like Devananda Pandit, they became pure devotees. And when he gave respect to people who were in Maya, nothing happened to them. Look at Devananda Pandit. Oh, Devananda Pandit. No. Ramachandra Puri, who offended his guru. He was offensive to guru. And he met Lord Chaitanya and criticized him. He also, and the devotees, he criticized anybody who was a fault finder. Okay? And the Lord would go, oh, thank you very much for your instruction. Oh, you're so intelligent. And then he went away, never changed. Nothing changed in the guy. You should be praying to be glorified by Guru. Don't ever, watch out. Chastisement is good if you get it. It's very good. See, we're attracting the saints in the Jesus line now. Why not? Why shouldn't Saint Clair come here listening to these talks? They didn't talk about this here at that time. They didn't know about Lord Chaitanya then. Of course, Saint Clair should come here. Yeah. Saint Paul. Yeah. They didn't know. They admitted, Saint Paul admitted he didn't know everything about the Lord. Yeah. It's revelation. Like now, this is revelation. This hasn't been revealed to this extent. Did Prabhupada and Bhakti Siddhanta know what we know now? I think this is a deepening revelation, personally. Otherwise, if you preach it sometime, people are going to get liberated because this is deep truth. See? And it's revealed when it's like we're on a need to know basis on a lot of stuff. Like in another generation, even now, like I see things popping up now in my disciples, and like, oh wow, that's interesting. Wow, look at that beautiful thing that God is doing there. Yeah, yeah. So most glorified person, yes, glorified. Yeah, and that's what happens. And first, what happens is the disciples glorify their guru because they've taken shelter. They're the role model. You're the guru. If you have a real guru in this age, and love of God is being given, they're going to teach you how to take shelter of Lord Caitanya by their example. They're going to tell you and teach you everything the Lord has shown them by taking shelter, and therefore you get the shelter like that. And then automatically you're going to glorify. My God, I was in the deepest, darkest Maya, and I would have never gotten out unless I met this glorious person, my Guru Dev. That's what I hear people saying here. And the glorification doesn't stop there. Then they get glorified by those who cry out, Sahaja, Sahaja, Sahaja. Look at these guys. They're the Gauri Das. He's the most popular Sahaja. I think, wow, that's great. We're doing great. See, even the criticism is actually a symptom of glorification. That's why Krishna smiled when Shishupal each time Shishupal would criticize Krishna right in front of the whole assembly, he smiled more. Oh yes, yes, oh yes, yes. You, Krishna, you are the most low person. And he is. He's very humble, the most humble person, humblest of all. Yeah, Lalita's getting more very popular. She's the most one of the most popular sahajas on the internet, man. Yeah, she don't care about outsiders, man. She'll just go. She'll bring the outsiders inside if it's possible. She tells the outsiders what's on the inside. She's not no shame, no shame. She just wants to tell people what's on the inside. All right, so that's it. Most glorified person. Okay, next verse. Uh, oh, I like this. Purport. Prabhu means master. Lord Chaitanya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the supreme master of all masters. Therefore, he's called Mahaprabhu. Any person who takes shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is most glorified because, by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is able to get promotion to the platform of loving service to the Lord, which is transcendental to salvation. Any person who takes shelter of Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is most glorified because by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he is able to get promotion to the platform of loving service of the Lord, which is transcendental to salvation. Yeah. See, there's just one detail um, that's left out of this. See, because it seems, oh, let me just become a devotee of Lord Chaitanya directly. right? Seems like it, right? The verse says that. Prabhupada says that. But is that the way? See, if you got to see the whole book, because there's contradictions in there and there's a way it fits. That's why they have the section on spiritual masters. See, chapter 1 of Adi Lila. By the mercy of the spiritual master and the intimate associate of Lord Caitanya, you become a real devotee of Lord Caitanya. See? So if you're a real associate, this is how you know. If you're a real associate of Lord Chaitanya, that means you follow the real process, and then the tears really begin to appear in your eyes. See? And the laughter comes because you're now you've learned how to get that full mercy. Now, if you're not really there, you might get liberation and then be kicked off the boat. Like my ex. Well, like Mina. Yeah, like Mahavirya. Like a few others. So you kicked off the boat. Why? Because they're not devotees of devotees. They don't. So therefore, whatever ecstasy they got dries up. See? Or anybody here, if you think, oh, I don't need to be a devotee of a devotee, then you'll see from your own experience, because this is what I'm noticing. Your ecstasy won't come to the point of tears and ecstatic laughing like the ones who show the real example, right? The real example, like Lalita and Johan, see, devotees of devotees. See, they preach the philosophy that's in the book by their personal example. Therefore, the Lord rewards them with the highest ecstasy. You got to be the book, man. That's why it says if without pleasing the spiritual master, Krishna is not pleased. Oh, when I see people following like that, not that I want to be glorified. I think, wow, Krishna's really showing them the real path, and they're showing others the real path. And those who follow that path that they follow, devotees of devotees, and they see why to do that, so they can get the higher ecstasy, so that they can preach it in this world and be merciful to the world. I mean, if you just want liberation, you just want freedom, you want to feel happy, no problem. Come here. Yeah, you'll be happy. You'll feel free of your miseries and then go on your way if you want. Go out and teach liberation. Go teach people to chant Hare Krishna, and feel a little liberated. And you'll see, go check all those persons I mentioned and see if you have any ecstatic symptoms like you're here and there. And you'll see, not around, not there. That's reserved for those who get the real mercy of Lord Chaitanya through the real representative. Only they know these things. All glories to the Saint. How can we be ashamed about God? Whoa, yeah. Well, a lot of people are actually ashamed about God. And the way it shows up is, are you ashamed of your guru? If they're real. Even Jesus said something like that. He said, those who are ashamed of me, I'll be ashamed of them before the Father, or something like that. Says something like that. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Therefore, he's called Mahaprabhu. Any person who takes shelter. Okay, I read that. All right, so we got the point there. Next verse. Actually, we're going to skip that one here. Well, actually, no. Okay, in the translation, in the beginning I have discussed the truth about the spiritual master. Now I shall try to explain the Panchatattva. You see why? See, these truths in this book are very important. They're postgraduate. They need to be explained when people are ready. Um, and there's the truth about the spiritual master, and then there are truths about the Panchatattva. See? By going through the spiritual master, you become qualified to worship the Panchatattva. See? Otherwise, you're not. Otherwise, it's just a big show. I see so many people in ISKCON and these groups say, oh, yeah, we were Panchatattva, Nittai, Nittai, Chaitanya, Chaitanya. See? But they don't follow going through the spiritual master, the chapter 1 of Adi Lila. They just jump right over to the Panchatattva. No need for that. That's not important. See, they speculate. But does Gaur Hari Das say it? No, every chapter is important, right? Especially chapter 1. Okay? Yeah, because by the preaching, when you have full faith in the preaching of a experienced devotee, a real associate of Lord Caitanya, acting as spiritual master, when you have full faith in their word, now you get the real Lord Chaitanya. You have faith in that, right? You don't listen to these Acharya Devs and these guys that are in the neophyte guru level. You don't believe in their word because it's full of speculations, man. You got to be Bhagavad Gita 10:10 personified. See, you follow chapter 1, then you get the real Lord Chaitanya. Well, the real Lord Chaitanya stands up. Well, he only stands up when his devotee preaches the real Lord Chaitanya and the real path. See? You won't find this on the checklist in ISKCON. You won't find the Gaudiya Samiti teaching this. Oh, they may talk about it, but they can't demonstrate it. See, they got to go before a real associate of Lord Chaitanya and show that they go through the purification of that big false ego. That's all the best I've seen they found. You know, they puff up the false ego by, ooh, Radhe, Radhe, Gopi, Gopi, and all these. They think they got it in their mind. That's all. It's in their imaginations. That's it, man. It's not in their being, the feeling Radha and Krishna. Not there. Oh, they want to really feel that, you come here and get purified. If you want to live, this is the life. I travel to Dear Shri Gaur Das every day to be liberated from the past, to be open to the real love and the real truth. I become a sponge that absorbs everything from the greatest spiritual master. See? See? This is faith. It's not blind faith either. You see, she's getting experiences. She's feeling this. She's feeling uplifted. Otherwise, she wouldn't say this. This is the Lord giving her this intelligence. Do you see how easy it is to make progress? Once if you're here for the good news, like some people like Fanny don't have a lot of this, crust to get over. A lot of this pride, being bigger, more important, thinking your opinion's greater. They're just like a sponge. They come here and they show this is how easy it is. See, you like the verse. She's being like the verse. She goes by to the real spiritual master, has faith in Guru. Look at this. And then follows. See, this is all chapter 1 of Adi Lila. Okay? And then simply by hearing all about the philosophy of Lord Chaitanya and the relationships and the qualities of the Lord and so many other subjects related to Lord Chaitanya, Radha and Krishna, one develops deep love for Krishna. See, if she stays on that path, if you stay on that path there, Fanny, there's no doubt that you're going to the spiritual world. So you found the path, you stay on it, you just go right in the door. And it's a very attractive path. Even if you kind of somehow or other were deviated because Maya slips in a curveball. all that connection you have and all that experience stays with you, and he'll bring you back because you don't lose any of this. All this soaking this up, all this purification, all this, it just is the Lord holds it for you forever. Where else do you get a Lord like that? Yeah. See, the devotees are most glorified. You become an associate, most glorified. You know why? Another reason why. Because you take people's suffering away by your word, by your ecstasy. Why wouldn't you want to glorify? That's why even pure devotees glorify other pure devotees. It's glorious. They're glorious. Yeah, glorify the Lord, glorify devotees. That's what life is about. The real ones. Hey, you come here, we'll teach you what are the qualities of a real associate of the Lord, who has the real mercy of the Lord, and we'll get you to not look at the crust. Don't, because that's how you fall on your face and you commit offenses and you think this is mundane. This is not mundane at all. And the Lord will give himself often to devotees before they're perfect. Otherwise, what is the meaning to this most merciful and magnanimous Lord Caitanya if he doesn't do that? Yeah, the symptom of the mercy of Lord Chaitanya comes and gives himself to devotees here before they're purified perfectly. And then he works as the gardener inside, he's working away. The devotees work from the outside, and he's working on the inside. You notice you come to all our classes, and you get realizations, right? You see, you're like, oh, this devotee's so good. I like Lidli Takanga, and you're getting all these realizations. See, that's the Lord working on the inside. See, the devotee's working from the outside, and you have real protection now. Boy, the more I think about this path, I think it is fantastic. Why would anybody do anything else? Yeah. Now I shall try to explain the Panchatattva. I don't know if I can. My voice is starting to hurt again. You know what? Maybe I got something here. Let's see if this will work. I'm getting a throat lozenge here, but it's a little bit hard because there's ants all over it. Okay. I'm getting used to eating food with ants and stuff on it. So, because they're going to get us to eat bugs soon. That's, get used to it, man. Bugs are on the menu. Courtesy of Bill Gates. He loves bugs, man. He won't be eating bugs, but you will. Carl Schwab, too. No, you won't find any bugs on his plate, but you'll have plenty. It's kind of like Tamal Christie told me, you eat the halava and all that other sugary stuff, man. He put on, it's gone. And he's sitting there eating nice pizza every day. You sleep on the floor and sleeping on a nice soft bed with a canopy. Yeah, that's where you go. That's religion, man. Pearls to the pigs. Okay. So these five tattvas incarnate with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and thus the Lord executes his Sankirtan movement with great pleasure. Isn't it nice? Have you noticed? Isn't it nice to have friends now, spiritual friends? Can you understand why the Lord wants to come here with his friends, and why his friends want to be here with the Lord? I mean, I did bhajan alone, though. You guys also, but it's so nice to have people that are actually devotees that have actually the devotional potency, even though it's just a small group. Still, we're executing the Sankirtan movement now. This is the Sankirtan movement is Prema Sankirtan. See, the Sankirtan of bliss and ecstasy and the tears and all that. The Lord came here to execute that. And we're here executing it again. Not just jumping around, and saying, yeah, this is really ecstatic, Prabhu, just jumping around. And then you see ecstatic devotees crying and crying and laughing. And you say, blah, blah, blah. No, no, that's not the way it is. So, Srila Prabhupada says, there is the following statement regarding Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this age of Kali, people who are endowed with sufficient intelligence will worship the Lord, who is accompanied by his associates um, and by performance of Sankirtan Yagna. This is a very good verse. You see why I always say this? People, they just say, yeah, just do Sankirtan, just do Sankirtan. But Prabhupada says, those who have sufficient intelligence will worship Lord Chaitanya, who is accompanied by his associates. See? Now, you're following the formula here. That's why it works. Most are not following a formula. They're practicing and they don't have it right. They don't have a clear picture of the whole thing, because there's no Bhagavad Gita 10:10 there. See, they say, yeah, we're doing Sankirtan. Yeah, are you doing it in the company of his associates? Yeah, Jaipataka and Radhanath and these other gurus. Yeah, well, where's the ecstasy? See, there was more bliss when Prabhupada was here and they did Sankirtan. There was something because they felt something very amazing. Why? Because he's a pure devotee. That started to diminish as Prabhupada left. You can ask a lot of people that were around. They know just year by year, just less and less. See, that's the power of real devotees. Their energy is extraordinary. It's different. It's their connection with God is manifesting through them, and that's powerful, man. Very powerful, very purifying, very enlivening. See, so here you're following the formula. We're worshiping Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna, amongst associates, those who are transcendental associates of the Lord, intimate associates, intimate friends and relatives, not distant relatives, way in the distance. They're so distant that they don't even know what the Lord really looks like. They just see this blur. That's speculation, man. You see a blur. See, the devotees are really up close to God, Radha and Krishna, really close. They ask Lalita. She tells you every morning, yeah, very close. See, so they really close to the Lord. So that they give you a clearer picture of who God is and what God is. See, those are the real associates of Lord Chaitanya. Real. See, they're real now. They're the ones you get delivered. In that association, in this association, you'll be delivered easily. No problem. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is always accompanied by his plenary expansion, Nityananda Prabhu. Isn't that nice? Sri Chaitanya is always accompanied by his plenary expansion. And this is the reason why you got to get in a real line. In our real line is the devotees have a connection all the way back to Nityananda, who is connected to Lord Chaitanya. If you meet a real devotee now, they're connected all the way there, like that. Is always accompanied by, yeah. So, yeah, that's the idea. Yeah. See, always accompanied, the devotees always accompany the Lord, and the Lord accompanies them, even if you just see one in this world. Madhavinda Puri at first was alone, but he chanted in ecstasy, laughing and crying, joking, all these wonderful symptoms of closeness with God. See, so the Lord was there, and there's the devotee. Now, what's so difficult? How to spot a devotee? It's pretty easy when you know. I don't believe you, Gaur Hari Das. No, I don't believe that is a sign of a real devotee, that they're ecstatic and tears come to their eyes and they laugh like madmen. I don't believe it. I believe a devotee is a rule follower, that they do ceremonies really nicely. I don't believe what you say. Okay, so you compare those people. See, those gurus, they're saying, by their demonstration, they're saying, oh, to be guru, you don't have to be an intimate associate of the Lord. I say, Gohari says, Boulder Dash. And I love saying that. I love expose. See, a real spiritual master in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line has the symptoms of real associates of Lord Chaitanya. They laugh, they cry, and they choke up when they chant the names of God. They have extraordinary intelligence because of that. Then that's where to go, is people like that. Those are the real Srilas. Those are the real Bhakti Vedantas that have real bhakti, and their Vedanta comes from that real bhakti. You see, you get everything as it is. Those are the real Srilas. Srila means beautiful Leela of Krishna. See, those are the real Srilas. They present the Leela of Krishna very beautifully, very wonderfully, very exactly, in a very artistic way. See, those are the real divine graces. Now that's a big one. Oh, divine grace. Gora, are you saying divine grace? Well, I'll let you judge. Do you see divine grace flowing through here? That's all. Don't get into this material, sentimental stuff. No. Do you see divine grace flowing here? That's all. Do you see divine grace just floating in the sky somewhere? Or is it coming through a person? Well, if it's coming through a person, you say that person's divine grace. Divine grace flows through. Isn't that pretty clear? You just ask the question: is divine grace coming from Narayan Raj? Is divine grace coming from Radhanath? Is divine grace coming from whoever? Well, if there is, there be symptoms because the divine grace is basically love of God. That's the real grace. That's the grace Lord Chaitanya came to bring. Is that purification that comes from it? So, because divine grace is extraordinary, there's nothing like it in this world. There's no mode of nature to that. There's no material mode in grace. It's like the quality of Jesus. He came in grace. He came to give grace and truth. See, this grace is the ecstatic spirit, the devotion, and the truth is the Lord in his conception, the real conception. So, Govinda, give us a word, man. Let me rest my voice.
Well, I just really nice to play a few beats, listening to you and sort of drum along roughly. Sort of grab this out of Tommy's bedroom there and just yeah, it's just beautiful. It's music to the ears. It's music for the heart. It's just uplifts us. I know exactly what Fanny was writing, and we're getting to know when you're speaking the words of the devotees. I get to know who's writing them. I get a feeling in my heart, and they've
Yeah.
got a certain way of expressing themselves so sincerely, and you know, it's beautiful. We get to know through the word and the expressions. That word is getting to
Yeah.
know the personality that is Fanny, who's a sincere devotee of you, of this divine grace is flowing here. It's not just everywhere. It's not just everywhere in every single person in every single place that's got a Krishna picture, which is every single chai shop in India or Indian community in the UK. No, it ain't flowing there. It just ain't flowing. It's got to be divine grace. Lila, Srila, Lila, beautiful Chaitanya Lila. Who's sharing about Chaitanya? Not so many people, really, in the sense.
Yeah. Well, the ones who really, the ones who really, oops, mute your mic there for a second. Yeah, the ones who really share, they're the real associates because they share it like it is, clearly, not with speculation. That's why it works fast when you hear from a real devotee, the lila and the real pastimes, the real qualities of the Lord they ascertain by devotional worship in ecstasy. That's why it works really good and fast. Yeah, like Freddie says, Narayan Raj left his body already a few years ago. Yeah, he did. And so what followers we need to see? I mean, see, it's very important to know where the real line is. Otherwise, people spend their whole life, well, they think, well, let's go to Narayan Raj and get Krishna. But just the question people need to ask is, did he give Krishna to anybody? I mean, literally, people need to ask that question. Because if he didn't, then whether he knew or didn't know, still you didn't get it there. That means you need shiksha. See, question you should be asking also is, did Gohari, is he giving Krishna? See, so you got to start thinking intelligently. Like, so whether I know or know not, but you see, mute your mic. Whether I know or know not, but you can't even say no not. See? Because I must know because you're getting Krishna. there's doubt there because if you you know where's the distribution? Where's the empowerment to do it? See, so still the main point is Krishna is being given here. Love of Krishna, actually love of Krishna, and then Krishna automatically attains. Yeah. People need to be more careful when they choose a guru. Exactly. But you see, they can't be more careful because they don't. Their gurus can't give them the right information, and they speculate on. I mean, it's all in the book. It's all in the book. I present it. I present this information, and you could use it to get rid of me if I don't fit the bill. See, you can look in the book and you can say, well, does Gaur Hari fit this classification of a real guru? And if not, just okay, well, thanks for exposing it. But thing is, if I'm exposing it, it shows then obviously there's some understanding, right understanding. Conclusion, we need to shout more. You want all hell to break loose. All right, man. That's, yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, my throat, I got to stop. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, it's 1:30 already. Yeah. Maybe I'll come back again later. Maybe, maybe not. If not in the morning, you guys can take over now. You got the ball. Yeah. Wow. Oh, that's an hour. Yes, that's respectable. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. Hi, Krishna. Mm.